Hey everyone, this is Andy from GizChina, and today we're lucky enough to get our iOcean X8 for review. So let's take a look at what's inside the box. Okay, so this is the iOcean X8. It's an octacore phablet from iOcean. It's got a 5.7-inch 1080 display. We've got Gorilla Glass panels, front and rear, and an alloy chassis which it all bolts to. So we've got a USB in the base, speaker there too. On the rear, 13 megapixel camera with LED flash. The rear doesn't remove, so you can't get at the battery. So in the hand, the iOcean X8 is surprisingly lightweight and very comfortable. Even with a 5.7-inch display, it's quite narrow. It's not much larger than the Oppo Find 7. Here you can see the 1080 display, and there's a front-facing camera just above that. If we just turn the phone over to the left-hand side, we've got a tray there. Now that tray will remove, and there's space in there for 2 SIM cards. So we've got 2 SIM cards, but we do not have an SD card slot. There's the micro USB again with a speaker and small microphone there as well in the base. And turning the phone over to the right hand side, we have a power button and also a volume rocker, and that alloy chassis continues around the sides of the phone. That power button sits nicely, so I can easily grab it with my left index finger and turn the phone on. Turning the phone around, we've also got another Gorilla Glass 3 panel there, iOcean logo in the center of the phone, and 13 megapixel camera at the top next to an LED flash. And we can also see we've got some markings along the bottom, and it also says designed by Ocean, assembled in China. Now a lot of you out there are thinking, wow, a 5.7-inch phone, it's going to be huge, really difficult to use with one hand. But as you can see here, one-handed in my right hand, and I'm having no problems reaching across the screen, opening apps with my thumb. Pressing back on the home button, swiping around, going into the app drawer, no problem, all one-handed operation. And the narrow design and the lightweight body really do help when using it with just one hand. Now it's all well and good me saying that the 5.7-inch iOcean X8 isn't particularly large, but how does it compare to say the 5.5-inch Oppo Find 7? As you can see, side by side, there isn't much in it. The X8 is a little bit longer, and it's a little bit wider too. If I put the Oppo Find 7 on top of the X8, you can just see that there's a few millimeters overhang, top and bottom. There isn't that much in it. The X8 is thicker than the Oppo Find 7, but in the hand, you don't really feel that much difference really. Both phones are really comfortable in the hand. If you're confident with a 5.5-inch phone like the Oppo Find 7, you'll easily get along with the iOcean X8 too. There are no surprises in the camera department. The rear camera is a 13 megapixel unit, and the camera application is similar to those on other phones. We've got HDR in there, we've got regular photo, panorama, and we've also got beauty mode as well. Beauty mode can be adjusted so you can change how beautiful you want to look when taking self-portraits or even photos with the main camera. Once your photos are taken, they're stored in a regular-looking Android gallery, and this performs really well. You've got an 8-core processor and 2 GB of RAM, and that screen is really nice. It's very sensitive to touch, and the pictures look quite good too. Flicking from one picture to the other is nice and fast. Zooming in and out isn't an issue. And the details are quite good on these photos too. I'll upload those later onto GizChina. Panoramas can either be seen like this. They automatically move from side to side. And you can also tap on a different view and you can scroll through them manually as well. A lot of manufacturers now are taking Oppo's lead and including gesture controls in their ROMs. The iOcean X8 calls them Smart Wake options. Once you've turned them on, you can access different features from the lock screen. For example, drawing a C, that will turn the camera on. Swiping up will simply unlock the phone. An E should open the browser, but it's registering as a C for me. Maybe I'll need to practice with this a little bit longer. And an O opens up the call option, so you can just dial directly from the lock screen. But as you can see, sometimes it doesn't like to recognize what you're doing straight away. Air gestures are also included in the ROM, so simply swiping from one side to the other above the phone and you can navigate through the different windows. So there you have it, that's the iOcean X8. It's a great looking phone and we'll do a full review very soon. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Goodbye.